Good day, everyone. The tribe, all of you that feel called to be here today, I welcome you. And I'd like to start with a little old story and actually prophecies about the times that we are in presently. Yeah, most of you know this prophecy probably about the rainbow warriors when the earth is ravaged and the animals are dying, that there will come a great tribe in a time of great need, a time of great awakening. And this tribe will be here with a special mission to bring justice, peace, and freedom and bring in a new earth. That's according to the Hopi and the Cree and the tribes. I'm sorry, I'm having a little difficulty with my, yes, there we go. I was trying to admit somebody. Natalie, can you take over the adding people tool? I made you co-host. Thank you so much. And the next one, it's the same kind of prophecy from the Navajo and also the Hopis, that this tribe will be a tribe of all kinds of people. Doesn't matter what race, what color, what creed, and they will come together and they will bring in healing, peace, and understanding everywhere they go. And even in other mythologies, other old texts like the Vedic text, the ancient Greeks spoke about it. An golden age characterized by harmony and stability and healing and peace for the whole world. And I always found those texts very fascinating, because I think now the time has come for the rainbow warriors to come together and start a work. And that's why I wanted to call this specific event the gathering of the tribe, because I think we are here for this. So let me introduce myself. I am Carina Schuil. I am Dutch. I live in Amsterdam, and I'm a mother of three. I live here with my family. And all my life, I've had this sense of feeling different, not doing different, not stepping into life differently. That came later. But feeling differently, feeling from a young age an inspiration to find out about truth, about reality, about consciousness. I dived into things like reincarnation, and as a young child, I would even put my hands on my stomach and would fantasize about self-healing. Like, would it be possible? There was no book or whatsoever that I read about at the age of 6 or 7, but it just crossed my mind that maybe this could be possible. And of course, when you grow older, that all gets put away and you try to fit the system, which I did. I studied at a hotel school education. I traveled the world, which was one of my wishes. And I made it my reality because I chose to. And always that interest in the field of spirituality combined with the crossroads of science and spirituality always stayed with me. I became an entrepreneur. I started my own event and incentive company, traveled the world for that, did huge events for hundreds and thousands of people. I loved it. But at one point, I felt that I really had to dive more into the deeper aspects of me. And I pulled back all those beliefs and all those pieces of information and wisdom. And I started on my journey of transformation. And at one point in my career, I felt like I was in my own business, being very responsible and having all the freedom I had. I still felt like a slave of my own company, a slave of my clients. And I decided I no longer wanted that. And that's when I start Follow Your Own Spark. Because from this spark that I had of understanding reality, understanding consciousness, breaking out of systems, I wanted to inspire other people that chose to walk that path also. So I founded Follow Your Own Spark. I became a consciousness mentor and coach. And about 4 years back, the Healy came onto my path, and that also launched me into a career as a quantum entrepreneur, which we will talk about later. I started the Rise community, of which you are today a guest. And I feel now that I'm at a point in my life where I have stepped into my own purpose of inspiring other people how to follow this path towards yourself, follow your own spark, and that it can inspire others to walk that path with the tools and also the path to go there. And that is what I will share a little bit with you today, and also my team members will share that with you. So we'll start off by speaking about why now is the time. And then we'll speak about why you are part of the tribe, why you gathered here. And I want to make a deep dive and take you on a journey, an inner journey, in which we'll discover what you are here to create. And maybe you know that already, but maybe you don't know. And maybe there's deeper layers to that. So I want to bring you there and really have you feel what is important for you now in this time for you. And after that, we'll share what the vessel for transformation, impact, and leverage is that we as the Rise community use, which is the Healy, of course. So I'll explain a little bit about what the Healy is for those of you that don't know. And then I will relate to how the Healy can help you support your dreams. And stay till the end, because I have a beautiful invitation for you that will be a free event, a multiple day event, which is a beautiful container for you to play in the realm of possibility and dive into the realm of what is possible for you and what your dreams are and how you can manifest those dreams. So stick with me to the end. I'll try to keep it max an hour, and we'll do our best. So why now? You know, we live in a time of great change, like the prophecies have said for ages. And I think all of us here can feel this, that there's so much friction in society. There is so much going on. Mental health issues are on the rise. They have been for years, but especially the past few years, of course, with isolation and anxiety and fear being put out there by the media. And many people are suffering from this. I have a bioresonance therapist. She used to see a lot of people before, like 10 years ago, she saw a lot of people aged 35 and above that were having burnouts. And she already said, like 5 years ago, she said, there's more and more coming in younger and younger. I have now people sitting at my practice, 23, and they're already having a breakdown and they're already having a burnout. It just started their corporate jobs. So this has been propelled, and it will only get worse for a while. Because there's a lot of misalignment going on the planet. And if you're here, you know about this. We also know that prices are on the rise, and there's many people having their hands in their hair, and they don't know how to take care of their families anymore. Many people lost their jobs and their businesses over the past few years, and people are looking for alternatives. They're looking for ways to break out of this system. And even maybe you're a coach or a therapist here, and maybe you recognize that in order to make your money, you need to work as many hours as possible. And if you're, for example, a massage therapist, it can be really hard working with your hands and your shoulders. And it can be really hard keeping up and keeping your practice full. And yeah, when you're on this treadmill, it is very hard to dive into what you really feel, what you need to do here, what you want to do, and to enjoy your life. So many long for a more holistic way of being, of living. They want to experience more ease and more joy and health and well-being. connection with like-minded people. Many other people are lost in the old world medical system, and they keep on going to doctors and they keep on receiving medicine, and they just don't work for them, and they are looking for other solutions that work. So, and all this, as the prophecies say, it will get harder before it gets better, but all this, I believe, leads to a new time, a golden time, the age of Aquarius. A time in which freedom is the norm, in which there's huge advantages, like huge technology advancements, when we're rewiring society, when we're evolving to be the highest version of ourselves, when free energy and new energy modalities are being brought to us, when there's liberation for the whole planet, a time when we will experience abundance, overflow, not for just a few, but for all of us. And I believe that this time is coming. And I believe that all of you that can feel into this and know that the misalignment in society is here to teach us something. Even if you don't know what your steps are to bring on this change, I believe that you are here as a leader of this new era. And why you? Well, maybe you do recognize this in yourself, having felt different for most of your life. Or maybe you had a recent awakening and you just think differently, see different options than others around you. Maybe you can sense that you're being in a higher vibration than most around you. And you don't want to, ignite fear around you. You want to spread love. You want to spread consciousness and awareness. And you want to live a life of intention. Maybe you recognize in yourself that you have a great empathy. I've always had an empathy for people, animals, for nature. Like me, I was already at my 8 years old or something, I was collecting money for Greenpeace because I felt that, the little seals were quite poor and I needed to do something about that. And maybe you recognize in yourself that you're picking up easily on emotions and energy from other people. And you have a great sense of justice. And maybe you have been interested in things spiritual, personal development, or the esoteric from a young age. Many of us will recognize that we've chosen, I believe we choose our lives, but that's a subject for another day, but chose intense life experiences. And if you're on the path of development, you know that all these intense life experiences, often from a young age, have catapulted you into your way of seeing the world differently, of awakening. And like me, if I would have had like an easy childhood and with everything set out for me, I probably wouldn't have jumped on this journey. And I'm grateful for that. And maybe you recognize this need almost to be of service, to think greater than yourself. And you look around and you see many people being egocentric and only caring about themselves and their own families. And maybe you feel you're very different in that matter and you really want to be of service and make an impact and change the world where you can. And some of us explain an inexplicable feeling of homesickness. That's usually the star seeds that feel they need somewhere else. And this can, for some people, get really bad, like people wanting to step out of everything, especially in the past few years. And how great could that be if we could offer people that feel differently, that feel they belong nowhere, offer a home of like-minded people where we can recognize one another and create shifts that are not possible if we try that by ourselves. So maybe you recognize this, that longing to be of greater service. Maybe you recognize that you want to align more with your purpose and experience more abundance and joy in your life instead of, being on that treadmill the whole day. and you want to step out of the 9 to 5 trading for money system and experience more freedom, time freedom, money freedom. And maybe you're a house mother and you want to homeschool your children. We have a homeschooling mom in our community who has 5 children, and she's like one of the best performers we have. And the youngest is a few months old and is still breastfed. And that can happen in our meetings. There's dogs, there's cats, there's mothers feeding their babies. And that's so beautiful that it is possible to have this in a business, and being allowed to stay at home and run a business alongside that doesn't cost you all the time and all the space, so you can prioritize what is most important to you. And maybe you have this longing for a community. Maybe you want to work with people that feel like friends, not clients, really your soul clients. And you want to interact with like-minded people that inspire you and that bring you higher instead of keep you back. And maybe you're just searching for higher vibrational states of being, and that is why you're here. I believe that all of us that can at least recognize some of the aspects of this, we are the rainbow bridge. We are the ones connecting the old world with the new world. And we are there right in the middle, in whatever way feels good for you and feels inspirational to you and is you and is authentically you. Doesn't matter what way, but you're here on this bridge, and we are here on this bridge together to bring the rest of humanity home. And I love how Marianne Williamson expressed this, that if we let our light shine, if we show other people by living it ourselves, show what is possible, we give other people permission to do the same. So even when you're on that bridge, just being yourself, not doing anything, you are still an inspiration to others, to show other possibilities. And in this path of liberation of all fear, that is where we get to liberate others. So I want to take you on a little inner journey today of what you are here to create. So I'd like you, if you want, to close your eyes and to close yourself off for all the experiences of today, or maybe being in a haste to get here on time, bringing your children to school, having to finish work tasks. To just take a moment to breathe and really, really land here in this space. And in yourself. And if you've recognized some of the words I've been sharing, just integrate that in yourself and honor yourself for who you are being. On this long journey of your life. All the experiences that you had, good and bad, leading up to this moment in your life. And if you want, you can place a bubble around you, like a giant soap bell, and really feel your own energy. Feel your own high vibration. Feel what it is that you have in your heart. What is heavy on your heart? What is light on your heart? And I'm inviting you to push your barriers down. We all have these barriers around us, protecting us from the world, keeping others out with projections or judgment, just to make sure that we're safe. You are here in a safe space of this container, and I'm inviting you to bring your barriers down. Just push them into the ground. You can always pull them up later, but for now, to really land into your heart, I'm inviting you to push them down into the ground, deeper and deeper, even into further into the earth. Push them down, push them down, push them down, and be really open to whatever lives in you right now. Just feel in your body, in your mind. Where's the tension? Maybe there's reluctance or other things. Maybe you feel joy in your heart. Whatever it is, just embrace it and let it be. And I'd like you to envision a life, your life, in all freedom. If anything is possible, and it is, and you could choose anything, be anything, do anything, and money did not matter, and you could not fail. How would your daily life look like? And just try to let it come up from your heart, not your thoughts about who you should be, what you should do, but from that space of your heart. And if it is hard for you to imagine, and if your thoughts keep on getting in the way, I'm asking you to release that, deconstruct it, let it go, right and wrong, good and bad, POC, POD, all nine short boys and beyond. Just fully envision. Maybe you can feel it, see it, or maybe you get the words of the life that you would like to live. A life free of constraints, must-dos, a life where you are allowed to fully live according to your heart, whether it is having an enormous impact on the world and reaching hundreds of thousands of people, or whether it is building your own homestead and being self-sufficient and free of debts and free of taxes and free of everything, bills. Or maybe you'd like to be an artist and express your love that way and not be worried about any outcomes. Maybe you work in the corporate world. You're secretly a corporate light worker. They exist. And you long to start your own healing practice or some other practice or entrepreneurship. But the fear of being dependent on your own way of bringing in money is keeping you back from taking that step. What if it is possible for you? Or would you be? What are you doing? Who is in that life? Who are you seeing? Is it like big audience, halls full of people being inspired by your story? Or is it a bunch of little children happily by your side playing around with the chickens? Is it your practice where you help people to a new way of being, to health and optimal wellness? Is it writing? Would you love to write a book? What if everything was possible? And how does it feel in your body when you get to relax into this? If you knew you never had to make any decision again based on money, what are you getting? Go with the images that come up, the words. Just bring it a step further. If everything was possible, if money was no object, what are the first three choices you are making? If you have pen and paper, write them down. What comes up? What three choices are you making right now? What three choices? And a very direct question, maybe, but let it come up intuitively. How much money do you need per month to lead this completely soul-led life? Just let an amount come up intuitively. And write it down if you can. Now, I'd like you to come back to this space. And I would really love to hear from you what it is that you saw, what it is that you envisioned, what the 3 things are you would do, what the amount is that you got. Who would like to share? You can either unmute and speak to us, which I would love the most, because your harmonics, the speaking of your voice, they contain codes, and sharing those with us is activating each one of us. But if you prefer, you can also write them in the chat. Who would like to share?
I can share.
Yes, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nathalie. I'm in Karina's team. Thank you very much, Karina, for this guided meditation. What I got with the 3 things is international travel was the first one. The second one was having my own house at the beach. And the third one was $10,000 or euros per month as a start, growing into more. That's what I got. My list is always very long, but this popped up quite quickly. So, and some of it is already happening, so I'm really happy. So that's what I would like to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathalie. Who else would love to share?
Hello.
Hello, Anna.
Hi. I keep on having actually this recurrent vision that I'm traveling internationally, working with women on stage. It's all about self-development and self-empowerment and seeing the amazingness of each person inside themselves. So literally be like a mirror to them rather than trying to convince them that there's something else because they're already amazing. And because of that, what I see is me refurbishing my house, buying a flat next door so that my office and my team can be there, earning at least 50,000 English pounds a month so that I can support my team financially. I see myself giving them bonuses and all sorts of things. So they're not just employees, but actually they are like very beloved members of my tribe. I can see myself expanding my tribe, becoming part of other tribes as well, so that we can share the knowledge, the abundance, and everything together. And this is what I'm really like. I literally keep on seeing this over and over and over.
Beautiful, Anna. And keep on doing that, because the seeing it is the choosing it. You can even say, actually, I choose this as my reality, and keep on saying it until it is your reality. And I can relate very much to the wisdom that is in all of us. And it's even on my website that everything you need is already inside of us. But we just need some mirror, somebody to remind us.
Yes.
That greatness is in all of us. And I think in the future that will come out of all of us. But it is needed for us to step up as these leaders of the new time to make people aware. And I also loved how you shared about this nourishment of yourself, like being in service to your mission, but also taking care of your home and your comfort. So you don't have to go to offices somewhere, but you have everything at your fingertips, and that nourishing of your team. And I think nourishment is the general theme of what we need.
Yes.
Feel safe, and also to feel grounded in our mission. And I think many light workers, me at least, I tend to forget. I'm so much about my mission that I forget myself sometimes. And it is really important to be nourished, because you cannot, share from an empty cup.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Who else would love to share? So is somebody still hesitant or?
I can share,
Okay,
Karina.
Madalena. I'm muting because you have
Yes. Hello, my name is Madalena. I'm a mother of one boy. I'm currently a teacher, but I've always been interested in spirituality, and I am empathetic. I am highly sensitive and I can feel people's emotions. And while I work with myself, I have this desire of being an authentic speaker and creator, and just talking to myself from my experience so that I can help others to heal themselves as well. So my journey, what I see, my limiting beliefs, everything that I've been through, I just see myself talking how I've done it and how I got where I am today from where I started. And I saw myself maybe writing a small book one day. I had a title in my head. But literally, my biggest wish is to be authentic and create from the heart and just make people see that there is another way. And I think I would love to do more enrichment activities with like-minded people, and really to work with people that feel at ease with themselves.
beautiful.
Thank you.
And Madalena, can you mute yourself again? Sorry. Yeah. And Madalena, why not write a big book? Not a little book, but a big book. A big New York Times bestseller. Dream big. Go for it. You will inspire many, I'm sure. Who else would like to share? Natalie is writing in the chat that her vision was also to be an international transformational speaker, supporting people to step into their power. Yes, and you know a lot about alternative health and hormones and supplements for women, and I'm sure you will get there. Anybody else would like to share before I proceed? Janneke.
Hey,
Baker.
thank you. Yeah, myself. Thank you, Karina. Love hearing all the shares, and yeah, I really love coming together, but also my vision is to come together also in real life, create a healing community, and being in nature and eating the fruits from the garden, and that is something that I really, really long to. And but in the meantime, I'm just like spreading where like my vision and sharing what I like, my wisdom more and more, like, and also like what you said, like a book. One is almost finished and I'm writing more, and yeah, and I feel like the world is waking up more and more, and that is like, I feel like this is a time where we come here for, and we're like igniting and activating ourselves and each other to become more and more like more ourselves. And that's already liberating. So that's really nice.
Thank you, Janneke. And that is beautiful. And it is indeed about activating each other. And that's, I want to go back to this one I originally left out. But we are wired differently. Each one of us, I'm sure, is wired differently than most people. And that is also the reason why we feel sometimes like odd or, out of character with the rest of the world. We need different things. We do not thrive on stress and hardship like many people. They can, enjoy working really hard, but we prefer to work from purpose and alignment. We don't enjoy working overtime, but experiencing flow and scheduling our days so we can be in this flow and create. And we don't like the competition, that is often seen in the corporate world, like the mirrors people put out there, and the projections and ego, the more masculine ways. We love the feminine, flowy way of co-creating, and we really being held by a community of people that will not judge you for your ideas or your grander thinking or your different thinking. People that will not judge your ideas, but will embrace them, and it will help you and support you, so we can all grow and thrive and learn from each other. We do not like the fear-based structures that are out there, and we really value things like trust and love. And diplomas, another thing. I have my diplomas, but I never studied to be a coach. You have to know this. I just felt like with all the personal development I've done all of my life, I felt like, what more is there to learn for me than to share from my own experience? And coaching is not about, sharing tools that you've learned in a program, not to me at least, and not to the people that come to me. Those people want authentic experience, and they want to learn from somebody who's gone through things themselves. So many people told me when I switched careers from event organizer to coach, they were like, hey, are you allowed to call yourself a coach? I said, yeah, who's going to keep me, right? And oh, don't you think that people will start asking for your papers? And don't you think it's kind of like, aren't you insecure doing this? And I felt like, no, not at all. I mean, if you want to become a medical doctor, yeah, of course, you have to study. And you have to have a diploma. But for this part of my career, I studied the school of life. And I think if you are in your power, and if you know what you are about, and if you know about your mission, then you can start sharing that with the world. And there's no diplomas that will make it up. Doesn't mean that I'm not educating myself. Every minute of the day, I'm educating myself. But it's not something I am afraid of sharing, that I don't have like an officially certified coach certificate. I don't need it. I don't want it. To me, that is more like more programming, and I'm, deconditioning. I'm letting go of all the programming. We don't want a career. We want to follow our heart. So this is what it really is about, to be nourished on all levels, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, mentally, and financially. So now, with this vision of what you desire in your life, the impact you want to make, I would love to share the vessel that we in the RISE community use to transform our own life and the lives of many others, and how we can follow our dreams as a means of leverage to follow these dreams. And I don't know what you know about energy, frequency, vibration, but you probably know this quote from Nikola Tesla. And he said that if we want to find the sequence of the universe, that we need to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And my personal story with the Healy is that I was already a coach. I was already sharing about consciousness. I have read books and books and books about the connection field between spirituality and science, and specifically quantum science, because quantum science explains so much. What more is out there? So I read all the Joe Dispenza books and all the books written by all kinds of scientists and scientific research to prove that there's such a thing as consciousness, and there's such a thing as intuition and a collective mind and things like that. And Nikola Tesla has thereby always inspired me, because he knew that one day we would get there, and one day we would unravel all these secrets of the universe by following the science of quantum physics. And it's actually quite simple. Frequency is quite simple. Like if I have here this ball and I can make it sing, and you can hear that. And you can feel it in your body. if you're near to one of these things. And it's actually creating a pattern, and this interacts with our bodies and or other levels of being. And this is where we enter the Healy. It's a very simple device. It's maybe if you don't know the Healy, maybe you've heard about bioresonance. I used to go to a bioresonance therapist always, and I knew about frequencies. So when the Healy came into my field, I knew instantly that that is something that I wanted to have for myself, because the Healy is created for each and every person to have access to bioresonance frequencies at home. So what it does, there's a quantum sensor inside that analyzes specific frequencies in your body that are causing imbalances. And we're not speaking about illness, we're speaking about harmony here. So harmonizing your cells, harmonizing your being. And what it does, it reads what you need, specifically what kind of frequencies you need, and it delivers back to you the frequencies that you need. So what is special about this is that it's connected to the cloud, in which there's like over 30 years of research. All the frequencies are in there. And the first 6 to 8 minutes, you wear the Healy. You can wear it on your body. It reads your field. So it reads what kind of frequency you need. So when you run a program for, say, migraine, it reads what specifically you need right now. So it keeps on sending frequencies in these first 6 to 8 minutes. They all have Hertz frequencies, right? And your body answers and it says, I need this frequency today. And then the next one, it says, no, I'm not in need of this today. And then the other one, it says, okay, I'd like to have this. So after these 6 to 8 minutes, the Healy collects the information that your body gave as a feedback and then delivers those specific frequencies to you. So if you run a migraine program and somebody else uses the Healy after that for exactly the same use, he or she will get different frequencies. And Healy is the only device in the world that does this. So to understand what it does for your body, mind, and soul on a deeper level, a quick explanation that we have actually 9 systems in our bodies. So we have the things you can touch, right? The tissues, you know where the heart is, where the liver is. And those are made out of cells. These cells are made out of molecules. And on a deeper level, the molecules are built up from atoms. And this is actually the field where the physical transforms into the energetic, because what makes up an atom, that's subatomic particles that on the deepest level are energy and frequency and vibration. So we are all energy and frequency and vibration. The whole planet is. Actually, when I smash the table here, I'm not even touching the table. I'm touching the space between the table and my hand. So why is that important? Like I said, with a singing bowl, a frequency can be transmitted onto something, and we are energy. So if, you know, for example, these opera singers, they sing a tone and they break the glass. Why is that? It is because the sound they are making is resonating with the frequency of the glass itself. And then when it smashes, it breaks. This is actually the basis of the work that Raymond Richard Drive did in the early 1900s. He did research on the diseases that I cannot, for the sake of compliance, mention in this call, but it's like a common disease that many people have nowadays. And he used frequencies on those people, and he had like 10 test patients, and all 10 were cured after he treated them with frequency, because their bodies started to resonate with health and harmony instead of with illness and dysfunction. So the Healy is in Europe, a medical class A device, which I think is quite special because it is a holistic device, but it's still approved as a medical device for the treatment of chronic pain, fibromyalgia, migraine, skeletal pain, and for supporting depression, anxiety, and related sleep disorders. There's many other applications, but they are not recognized by conventional medicine because there's lack of conventional evidence. But it's the only device in the world that has a quantum sensor, which allows real-time and remote scanning of the energy field to detect distortions blocking you from experiencing physical well-being and higher states of consciousness. So it's an elimination of mental and emotional blockages that cause negative thought patterns and beliefs. So it works on all levels. It works on the body, it works on these beliefs, it works on your spiritual processes, it works on your consciousness. And while we were doing the deep dive into our vision, I created a scan. So I ran frequencies and I measured what is happening in our collective field as a group right now. So this might be a bit too much information if you're new to Healy and new to the thought field of frequencies, but I will share it in the Facebook event that I have created. I will share a video later to show you how I generated these frequencies. I'd love to share a little bit with you what came out. So what I did was a scan, an analysis of our collective group. We are a group right now, and we can be measured as an energy. And the group exists by the pure intention of you being here in this group, by all of us being here. And I ran the Alaskan gem elixirs, which is like the Bach flower essences. Maybe you know those. The Alaskan gem elixirs are elixirs based on gemstones, crystals. And they hold high frequencies. Most of us know that. And of all the 48 Alaskan gem elixirs that are in the database, the Healy ran a scan on our collective energies to find out what top 5 we are most in need of right now. And I will read this report. I will share it. I will send you all an email with the replay of this call. And I will also send a report to go with that, so you can read it for yourself. And then in the Facebook event, I will share the process of how I made this scan. But what came up, the top 5 of gem elixirs that our collective is in need of right now. The first one is Covalite. And what it does, it strengthens and clarifies and defines the aura, creating a protective filter that helps us relax energetically. So it is enhancing our natural ability to receive love and support from the environment. That is what we're doing here, right? We're supporting, we're loving, we're creating the energy of community here. The second one is my favorite, the rose quartz. We all know this gemstone, which opens and soothes and calms the heart. So it helps us connect to and nurture our inner child, and it harmonizes our heart, helping us to stay connected to ourselves and others, which is beautiful because also that is exactly what we're doing here. And the third one came up is the pearl. And you know about the pearl, how does the pearl come into being? A pearl is created by friction, right? So this is actually what we spoke about, that the hardship most of us and many of us have experienced in life propelled us onto our journey and into our mission of wanting to create something different for ourselves and for others. So the pearl is a beautiful thing, like you are a beautiful pearl trying to make a difference, and that is created by all the things that you've gone through and all the things that you've experienced in the old paradigm. So the pearl promotes the release of layers of irritation. So it is created by the irritation of the scent, really. And what it does is it softens what is built up in the body is hardness. We're all being harnessed against the hard, cold world, right? So it helps us become more and more, step into a space of awareness and acceptance and letting go of all that hardship. Then the fourth one is a hematite, which strengthens the energetic boundaries in the emotional body. Rather than codependence, it helps us to become independent, step into our inner power. And it also helps us to maintain a state of compassionate detachment when we experience and witness emotional experiences in other people. So you can stay in your own energy field as it is. And the last one is pyrite. And pyrite is beautiful because it stands for abundance, right? For money, for success as well. And it says here that it helps us build an energetic foundation too, based in life, based on our own highest truth. So very much in alignment, I think, with what we've been doing here. It strengthens the sense in ourselves, especially with regard to group dynamics and peer pressure. So it helps us honor our own values, no matter what other people think. So what I will do now for the remainder of this call is to vibrate these frequencies of the Alaskan Gem Editors into our collective field. So I'll put it at half an hour. And I will show you later in the Facebook event how I'm doing this. So the app is now connecting with my Healy. And it's connected right now. Any frequencies are running for us. So you might, there's nothing you need to notice. Not everybody notices, but you might start to feel it. Maybe it's like a little vibe you feel. Maybe you have a itching by your nose, or a little lightness in your head can be possible. You might also see that afterward there might be emotions. Anyway, know that the frequencies are being sent to each one of us. And I also included the ones not live in this call, but watching the replay, because in the quantum field, there is no time. So you will also receive those frequencies. So the Healy company, what I found beautiful about it, that it really is a conscious company. These are the vision and the mission of the Healy corporate. And the vision is to empower people to live a healthy, fulfilled, and conscious life, and to inspire the growing community to make a continuous positive impact on humanity. So it's inviting us to step into this space of being of service. And its mission is to create revolutionary products to empower people to thrive and live this life of freedom, passion, and joy. So if you know that Healy is this device, that the vision of Marcus Smeeke, the founder of Healy, is a German physicist who wanted to experience consciousness from all different layers. So he even stayed in a convent in India and studied there for a few years to understand consciousness from every possible level. And he created the bigger time waver devices that practitioners have. But his vision was that every person and every family in the world would have access to frequencies to help themselves and their families heal. And I align very much with that vision, because imagine the impact if every person in the world would have access to a tool like Healy to harmonize their health and well-being, help their children, help their pets to harmonize and balance, and help them with emotional processes. Like I myself, I use the Healy on my children when they have difficulty sleeping. My daughter has difficulty sleeping every night. So I send her the sleep frequencies and then she falls asleep. And my animals, both my cat and my dog, are a bit out of balance, and I send them Bach flower essences. And I use the Healy for my coaching clients on a daily basis, diving and tapping into their blockages and showing them what is living in their energy. And as you can imagine, sometimes we think we've gone through processes and we've already moved on, but still the imprint is there in our energy field. And if we don't know that, we keep on running into blockages, not knowing where they come from. And I get to show my clients like what is really blocking them, and helping them with my own coaching, but also with the coaching module on the Healy to set that free. And yeah, maybe in a moment, some of our community can share what the Healy has brought them in their business and in their life. Because I want to speak now about how Healy can support your mission and your life. But it's best to hear the stories, like what did the device, and also being in the business and in our RISE community, bring to our members. So all of you here from the RISE community, I would like to invite you and share, and be mindful of compliance, please, but share what the Healy and the business and the RISE community have brought you.
Can I start? I was waiting for this moment to share. First of all, I want to thank you, Karina, for this space that you created and your energy that you are sharing with us. For me, it's very inspiring, and it helps me move forward with more ease. And I want to salute all my guests that they accept my invitation to be here. I really feel that your calls are like a trampoline. I don't know how to say it. It's like a big energy that helps me shift. And about the healing, it really shifted my whole reality. I've been having it since 2 months, and I don't know, I can't stop talking about it. It helped me in so many ways, inside me, outside me, my family, and now my business. It just got myself into my business to a new level, and it's the level where I know it is my place to be. I've seen it in my heart many years ago to be in front of the people and to lead and to guide the way. But Healy brought me, I don't know, it just helped me clear all my blockages that were, I couldn't do it with those patterns that, although I worked on them many years ago, they were still there. So Healy helped me sew them with more clearance and to dissolve them with more ease. What I've been trying to, and I did most of them 10 years, as long as I've been working with myself, developing myself. Every step I did was significant and important, but I was praying so much for God, give me some ease, because I'm really exhausted and I know where I'm supposed to be in life. I know that you made this life to be extraordinary, and I'm not there yet. So when I was praying to get more ease in life, Healy just popped into my life. So while you were talking about the mission, the Healy mission, I was thinking, well, it is fulfilled from my point of view. Healy is fulfilling his mission, because for me, it brought everything that it has in his intention. Yeah, it raised my vibration, my awareness for me and my family and my husband and my children. And yes, I also used it on my kids. And we just had an episode this weekend with fever and tummy aches on the little one. And yeah, I just Healy supported me, and I was feeling safe as a mom to to have this instrument and to work with my kid on his health to be better. So for everyone who's here now and everyone who's gonna listen, I want to encourage to follow you on your social media, to follow your work and these kind of calls, and to check in into Healy, because I really believe it's an instrument that is alive. This is what I'm feeling. And I was talking yesterday with a friend of mine. It has its own consciousness and it comes into my path, and we are matching together to fulfill this life more than I believed. And maybe I dreamed about it, and now it's happening, and it blew my mind. The moment where I am now, 2 months later, it's I'm making breathing exercises to ground myself, to remain in the present, because the energy that Healy brought and activated inside me and outside me is really high. So now I'm grounding it and get used to it, because this is the new normal. This is the new normal, the high awarenesses and the high energy, and let's really create this life together. And your call is really aligned with the general energy, and I felt that, and I told you that we are now in the present moment in a big explosion of energy, and we are really called to be together, those that feel and think alike, and that really want to live a different life that we lived since now until now. So it's now the time to do this. There's no holding back. So let's step into more of anything and into alignment and into following your own spark and your own destiny. The time is really now. So we have the instrument now. This is the real news, and it makes it easier. So thank you for all.
Thank you, Simona. That was a beautiful transmission. Who else would like to share? And I have to add, we're running a little bit late, but I'm intending on ending this call within the next 10 minutes. So, but I'd love to hear some more shares. And then I have a big announcement to go.
Okay, I can share. As I said, I'm Nathalie. I've had the Healy since September 2022. I have worked with energy as a Reiki and pranic healer practitioner and a Shiatsu therapist. I've been a holistic health coach for a few years, and I was looking for something to add to empower people. And I always believe that when you throw your wishes out there, whatever you want to call it, the universe, God, Allah, that it will come onto your path. And here, I don't know how, but I met Karina, I think via Facebook or something. We had coffee in Amsterdam, and the next thing I knew is that I bought the professional Healy, because if I buy something, I want to go all the way. Studied it. I'm partly a little bit of a left brainer, so I really wanted to know the quantum physics and what else there was to get from all this fascinating technology. And I started to use it on my dogs and on myself. And although I've done a lot of self-development, I'm 57, I knew there were a few things that needed to be peeled off, like the journey is never ending, and that's really beautiful. And I think for me, the most important thing is that the Healy does that with gentleness. And how can I explain that? It's not, it works on such a subtle level that you slowly feel those those irritations that you have, the layers of the onion that are peeling off are not coming suddenly, so you have a half a mental breakdown, but it peels off slowly and in such a gentle way that you're actually moving into a sort of ocean where you suddenly feel lighter and lighter and lighter the more you use it. And for me, with a few things that happened in my life, that has extremely supported me without even maybe realizing how strong this impact has been. So for time's sake, I'm going to leave it at this share. Thank you, Karina.
Thank you, Natalie. Would someone love to share what this community has brought to you?
So, hello. I am not part of your Healy community. I am Dr. Marije and I work in another network marketing structure. I work with essential oils, and I just want to let you know that, I really believe that working in a network marketing is the future. It is a healthy way to connect and grow freedom and to grow an income. And I am curious how separate network marketing instances can empower each other. I don't know, but I am here to learn and like how you do it. I really like that you, Karina, you're a very strong woman and you're a very active networker as I see you, and then I really honor you for doing the work as you do it. I have experienced the Healy in the past. It is a wonderful tool, and I think the Healy is another great tool that the world gets to discover. So that's really beautiful, and I'm really practicing keeping my heart open. I just got the news that one of my aunts has passed. So it's like, oh, so I was a little distracted and my internet broke down. But so in the beginning, I was kind of like, okay, this is a RISE community meeting. And then I had to kind of step over the part where I was not informed by the Healy. So I had to really I felt a little bit misled, a little bit, a little bit unclear or tricked or misinformed that it was for Healy. And then I actively opened my heart again to just stay and to just learn. And then what I take away is that for me and my presentations and my gatherings with our health and healing community, I will be super clear and intentional that we are talking about doTERRA and about the opportunity with doTERRA. So I do wonder, do you guys know a way where different network marketing communities can collaborate and empower each other?
Thank you, Marije, for your sharing, and love to have you here. I know you're very strong on bringing this message out there of bringing money back in the hands of people that do good. And
Yes.
that is also my mission. And I love to have a call with you about that if you're interested, because that is actually something that I've been diving into also. And that is also coming more and more up in my field. Like there's many products out there and it's a way. There's not one solution. There's many solutions, but the network marketing as a business model, and especially in the Netherlands, and you probably have experienced that yourself, is like looked down upon often. but many people have no idea about the possibilities it offers and the freedom it offers and the leverage. So yeah, I find that especially in the Netherlands, that's a difficult thing. And I'd love to have a talk with you, and maybe we can join forces and have some people together and create a collaborative call about how to shift that, because that is one of parts of my mission, is to shift that people find out that it is an honest business model, and that it is offering so many possibilities to step into greater versions of ourselves, and that it is community building. And how can we bring these forces together? So yeah, I'd love to, aho, yes.
Yeah.
Let's do
No,
that.
but honestly, yeah, I'm discovering more and more. I'm now, I think, 3 years in network marketing. I'm super grateful that I have actually built residual income. So yeah, I have an ongoing payment, and I don't have to work a certain amount of hours to make that. It just keeps rolling and flowing, as you said. And what I think now is, the network is my gold. As in, like, I am now in a stage of my life, I'm 36, where I am going to start a family soon. And now I have a network of like-minded humans around me who are all into natural birthing, who are all into growing their families in a natural way. And so I like the network is a safe nest that I already built, that is supporting me financially, but also in a social way. And the value of that, especially in a world that's torn apart by false paradigms, by literally misinformation, it's super important to have a bunch of people around you that support you in a natural way of like open-minded thinking. And not just the thinking, but also the doing and the living and the loving. So yeah, like, honestly, everybody that is considering network marketing, I know how scary it is, because I come from the complete other side. I was a complete indoctrinated doctor that thought that that was the only way to go. And now I see the other side of the spectrum, and I know this is the way. I know we normal people have to get to network, get to connect with each other. And the only way to connect with each other is when we come from the purest love frequency in our heart. Because as soon as there's any other, if you have any noise on that frequency, talking in your language from the Healy, right? When there's any noise on that love frequency, people will move away from you. And people will move away from you because they are looking at their own negative programming. And the only way to get through that is making your own frequency so pure that they can feel through their own bullshit that you're speaking from an authentic place.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I honestly, yeah, and by walking this path, you're giving yourself an extra, ultra rapid, fast evolution.
Yes. And
Growth.
you will attract, if you live from this frequency and if you operate from this frequency, and this is what we teach also in the RISE community about heart-based business, about magnetic marketing, you will attract the right kind of people. I literally love everybody that I work with in my community. They're my friends, they're my sisters, they're my brothers. And I really love co-creating with people that get me and that understand these things, like you said. And you're creating a whole new band of friendship around you with people that are also operating from this space of knowing things differently than most in society. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, and you know what is really
I'd like
funny?
to ask who else, because time considering, I'd like to love to hear one more story of one of our RISE members to share what the community has brought you. And then we'll wrap it up with the beautiful announcement I have to make. Yes, Janneke, thank you.
Thank you. What I like from the community is that you don't even need to have a Healy to be in this community. So everybody is also welcome to have this community in your life. So this is not even necessary to have that. And I really like, sometimes I'm not on the calls, but I like the talk. I see it later, and then it really still moves me, all the shares. And I really also like it to have like-minded people around me to remind me, hey, this reality is real, not the other one who tries to get all sorts of information and like distractions for me. And then it's like, what is real is the connections with people. What is real is that we grow from each other and we learn from each other. And yeah, I recently got into the Healy. I was already giving healings, energetic healings. And I love how something that really shifts your your frequency immediately. Because like I really feel it, the Healy. It does immediately, like this frequency for this like this chakra, and I feel the change in my chakras. And even also when I do it with people from a distance, I still don't know how it works in the quantum field, but it's like it really helps them as well. Like they immediately feel better after just sending them frequencies for a couple of minutes. So I'm like really amazed by it. And even my own partner, he's like really skeptic in the beginning, like, oh, what did you do now? What did you get now? And now we're almost fighting like who wants to have the programs on themselves. And he was like, also with the diagnosis, he was like, how does this device know how I'm feeling and what I need? So it's yeah, so I really like love it, and I hope like more people get it and get them. But it's already really, really nice to have this community and to talk with like-minded people, because I think also a lot of people don't even have that around them and in their and that is so important that we come together. So important. So I'm really grateful for this space, and thank you, Karina.
Thank you for your beautiful share, Janneke. So what we're all about is leveraging your mission, whatever that is. It doesn't mean you don't need to build a business and be a businessman or businesswoman. If it is in your heart to, just create community, just to invite other people into different ways of being, just to support your family in other ways than you did before, it can help you. And if you want to, you can also practice and become this leader of the new paradigm. And this is not like old leadership, like there's one leader and there's followers. No, we're all leaders, and we're inspiring each one of us to step up and be this leader, host calls, do whatever you like, host webinars. And some of the I'm in another network marketing company myself too, and there is like, oh, you need to be this and this level before you can even host a webinar. I really don't feel that, right? We're all leaders, and you can feel like you're still learning, or whether you want to step up and be the leader and inspire others to do the same. So we learn a lot about soul alignment, about leading soul-led business, a deeper level of understanding and opening up to our own capacities and intuition, embracing magnetic marketing, attracting your soul tribe, and teaching others and learning ourselves how to generate this nourishing leveraged income. So, ta-da! I'm wrapping this up by offering you something beautiful. You've now experienced a little bit and heard a little bit what we are about, but I'd love for you so much to experience a little bit more of what we are talking about, and also helping you shift and step into this space of nourishing yourself. So, ta-da! From November 20 to 25, we'll have a challenge, an inner power challenge. that I will organize in co-creation with my team. And it will be beautiful. We'll have either Facebook or Telegram group where we can share, where you can ask your questions, where there's people answering your questions, where you can start conversations. We have online classes, 3 online live classes with teachings, with sharings. I will do a meditation. I will do activation of your business and your dreams. We'll have online frequency support like we're doing now. We'll be doing coaching scans, collective group energy readings. We'll have workbooks for you to journal and to dive into your mission and to take action steps. And it will be all about authenticity, about your inner truth, following that inner truth, embracing your intuition, and choosing the reality that you want to create that is of your highest potential. So I'm inviting you very much with the email I'm sending you with the replay and the PDF report of the Alaskan Gem Elixirs. I will also share the group with you where you can join, where you can register for this challenge. And I hope that you will join, and it will be beautiful. It will be inspirational. And it will be activating, because we're going to really learn about all these things and really find out what it is that we long for, how we can nourish ourselves, and stepping out of insecurity, stepping out of having to be in a certain way to make others happy, but really choose to be ourselves, and how to do business by being yourself. So that is my announcement. I hope this pleases you. More information to follow. If you can't wait, send me a message immediately after that you would love to join. And I thank you so very much for your time being here, and that in being here, you understand the importance of raising our own vibration so that we can share it with others and allow it to spread across humanity and the planet. We are gathering, and now is the time. Thank you so very much, and have a lovely day.
You too. Thank you.